everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Yo.
So the night, William is dragged down by the mob, and you can hear the sound of breaking and crunching and sort of a sickening, wet, splattering sound as they
kill him. I think they subdue him and they drag him and they toss him in the stockades. Or they overcome with. If you're gonna declare something like that I think I should get like some sort of leadership here check.
Sure, right? I think so. You hear them starting to like beat the man to death.
No, I don't think I want to say anything. I'm just gonna let the subtle influence I don't know. I just figured they'd want to throw him in the. I mean, we've got these stockades that never get used. He asked for them.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the Lord's justice, but maybe the mob just takes over and beats him to a bloody pulp.
Well, little Jimmy was killed, and the only Smith in town's been crippled, so the mob, and, one other person was hacked down by this guy. Mm-hmm. They're not particularly looking for a peaceful solution.
I mean, I've been commanding undead, right? Maybe I might as well speak up and see if I can exert any influence on the living. And I'll shout, no, stop. There must be, the Lord's justice must be served. Yeah.
All right, they listen to you.
Yeah.
You rallied them to action before with a natural 20 on your charisma check.
Over the rabble, to the stockades.
And they take him. They move away, leaving what you see is a bloodied and battered knight. His face has been bashed in with rocks. But the front section of the face can take a lot of beating. You can even rip off jaws and there's a lot of bone structure in here. Yeah. It can take a lot. So he's alive.
But it bleeds.
It's bad.
Bloody. The stockades. And he
He opens them up, unlocks stockades.
Maybe he's the key figure here, right? He goes, pushes through the crowd, pulls out his keys. I think we're all just going to pretend like it wasn't him that killed little Johnny. No one's going to even mention the crossbow he's got on his back. Open the stockades up, and I think the mob drags him and tosses him in. Freddy slams it shut, locks him in there.
Shut, yeah.
And I think we probably just leave him there and throw tomatoes at him for like a week.
How does someone sleep in the stockades? Do you even? Can you sleep in a stockade? Can you go down onto your knees, or are you forced to sleep standing up?
I think it's at knee. I think he's kneeling the whole time, right? Or just hunched over awkwardly.
I thought he was just hunched over awkwardly, where he's got to stand at a 90
too. It's probably especially low.
Yeah.
I think you wind up hanging off of it. I don't think you ever get real rest. You probably drift in and out of a horrible, torturous consciousness.
Yeah.
It's probably better to be out of it.
Stockades are probably pretty brutal in actuality. They never look that bad when displayed in cinema, but I think if you're stuck in that position for 2 weeks at a time, exposed to the elements, it can be pretty brutal.
Unarmed attacks do how much damage?
D2 or something?
D2.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't. I mean, it would have taken them several minutes to pummel this guy.
Well, they had rocks that they picked up and shovels and stuff.
Okay, so he's unconscious.
Maybe semi-conscious, in that sort of dazed fighter state where a boxer gets knocked down but not out and can't quite get to his feet. You know.
And then we look to our dead, or simultaneously we're doing that. What is? Yeah, I've never had to deal with a dead villager before. What's the procedure here?
Well, typically the procedure is you bury them and try and give them peace. But you look over and you see little Jimmy's father cradling his dead wife and son in his arms. And he looks up to you with big sad eyes and said, my lord, surely.
I know what we have to do. Of course. It's going to be all right. I put my hand on his shoulder, and I command. Who's Lord Rosegrove didn't come down, right? He's up at my estate.
Yes.
I think it would be Lilith, right? She was with she was with the blacksmith, but I'm sure she came over to little Jimmy when he got out.
She's around.
She over here?
Yeah.
I think she's over here, like tending to seeing the little Jimmy who's clearly dead, and the mom who just got hit with an axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna. It's going to be all right. They're going to be okay. Lilith.
They are?
Yeah. Lilith, find Tomas at my estate. Tell him to bring the chickens.
She doesn't understand, but she.
We need. I mean, zombies don't need animal sacrifice, do they? I'm not gonna flay their bones. We're just gonna bring them back as a zombie and tell them that everything's all right. So that's just my years, right?
That's just years of your life slipping away.
Yeah. So what do I hold on? What do I need for a zombie? Sorry, I need to remind myself how this zombie works. Create skeletons.
Blood magic.
Create zombies. Yeah. Well, duh. Of course.
Well, you need to enchant your blood and rub it into their brain to.
Oh, brains. Right. Okay. That's
requires a small amount of surgery.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. Let's bring them to where does Lilith deal with the dead?
No, she's a forager, gatherer, druid, hippie.
Okay, all right, no. Then who does? Like, is that?
Oh, there's a priest in town.
No, remember there's a chapel, but there was no there's no priest character.
Right, I think everyone sort of just buries their own dead. Right, that's the way it goes. Your family member dies, you're responsible for burying them in the cemetery.
Okay. There is a cemetery.
There's a cemetery, yes.
All right. But she would deal with the wound. Okay, let's get them to Lilith's hut then. We don't need a chicken sacrifice, so scratch that bit about going for Tomas. Okay. But I'm just like, yeah. So I tell Johnny's dad, who we didn't name yet.
Jimmy, little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy. What's Jimmy's dad's name? He's
Big Jimmy.
Okay, Big Jimmy. I got. Oh no, that's total. Okay, title Big Jimmy. Title widow. Okay. Fatherless. Wait, not father. I don't know. Childless widow. All right. So I help him get his wife and child to Lilith's hut under the pretense that they're still alive and that they can be saved and that everything's going to be all right.
All right. I think Lilith carries little Jimmy while Big Jimmy carries Big Janet.
Yeah. I help Big Jimmy with Janet, and we head off to Lilith's hut while the sheriff and the town dispense justice. As maybe there's supposed to be like a trial at some point. I mean, where I have to make a judgment, but for now they think they leave him alive in the stockades and poke at him, and maybe we just forget about him. Maybe he dies there. We'll see if that becomes relevant.
You hear sounds coming from the town square as you walk away.
I'm the one with the torturing proficiency. What's Freddy doing over there?
It's not Freddy. It's the regular people, but
oh no!
It fades into the distance as you.
So, okay, is it just the three of us taking the bodies to Lilith's Lilith's hut? She's probably out away from the campfire a bit. She probably usually keeps her own campfire.
Small hut off to the
domicile.
side.
Yeah, off to the side.
It's probably not a full campfire, just like a hearth and a stove, like a regular person.
It's probably outside, and she's got like a little tent thing. Made of animal hides. We drag the bodies in there, and they probably take up most of her domicile. How does Lilith react? Like, they're both there? We've got corpses here, right? The woman is like, where did she take the axe?
The axe?
The Janet got the warrior.
I see. I thought you meant
like
carried the axe. Where did she get hit? It was an overhead strike, so she got hit like.
Her head is like nearly detached from her her body.
It's kind of flopping.
And Jimmy probably looks okay. Well, I mean, he just took a single critical crossbow bolt, so
right
he's
to the chest.
Gone pale. He's limp. You're dead, but looks.
Big
all right.
Jimmy looks at you, Lord Lord Winter.
Yeah,
and looks to Lilith. Are they gonna be okay? By the gods of winter, please save them.
They're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. There's a way to save them. An old way. And I look to Lilith. I mean, I'm trying to. She realizes they're dead, right? Is she going to do any of her preparations?
She is sort of quiet and following instructions and trying to stay out of the way. Not really sure exactly what's going on, you know?
Really though? Okay, so I need a the magic circle was for shades. I just need the brain surgery. Okay, which I probably can't do with my hunting knife. Does Lilith have better tools on hand for brain surgery?
Possibly, yeah.
Well,
she'll have smaller implements.
Small cutting implements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm like, do you have any? We're going to need needle and thread, and do you have any? I look to Jimmy. It's crowded in here. Wait outside. And I like set him outside. Like I think Lilith and I will go into the tent with the corpses and put Big Jimmy outside. Right? Will he do that?
Yeah. Big Jimmy goes
by
outside
himself in the dark after losing his. Well, they're like we're good. They're gonna be okay.
But this is what happens. You know, your family goes into surgery. You have to stay outside in the waiting room while the doctors do their work.
Yeah. All right. Do you? So I like that. Do you have any cutting implements?
She nods.
Fine. Okay. Small knife. And has she got the needle and thread already?
Yes.
Cool.
She makes eye contact with you for maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds that seem like an eternity, before handing over the implements and casting her gaze down subserviently.
Right. This is the thing to do. What is she?
Who are you trying to convince, Ryan?
All right. Cool. Does Lilith do any of the preparations now? Does she just watch and like fetch me tools while I have to?
She will be your surgery. What's the nurse? She'll be your assistant.
In a pinch, I feel like I need a better assistant. Well, we'll see. Maybe. Okay. So I take off my my leather jacket and roll up my sleeves and begin to stitch up Janet. Right.
Attaching the torso back together.
Because the head's kind of important, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to do the brain thing on the both of them. So make just a small incision with a small knife. And
on the temple?
Find like some sort of straight piece of metal to like hammer in and like make just a small hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Surgery.
You make a small hole.
Actually, isn't it? Often it'll be like a stitched up brain flap, right?
Yeah,
maybe like just a ear or something.
It depends
like
on
that.
how you want to do it. You know, some necromancers will go through the temple. Some probably go up through the nose very, very carefully with some special implements and things. Others might do a patch in the back of the head or something in the front of the head.
Yeah,
it depends on your style.
Yeah, I don't know if Malsifer has a style yet.
Let's figure it out.
Through the nose sounds like the way to go, but I don't think I have attained that level of proficiency with.
Not yet.
All right. So I think we'll cut an incision and patch it up. Or the small little hole. Maybe with where the hair is, though, so it doesn't leave too obvious a mark. So just a small incision, a little hole, and I just need to put some life force in the brain, in the head case.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how this ritual goes? I mean, this surgery.
Yeah. You need to enchant your blood and apply it to their brain.
Part of their life force into drawing out the caster's blood, enchanting it, and applying it to the corpse's brain. Oh, only a small amount of surgery.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of surgery. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine.
It's just a touch of brain surgery. It's not a big deal.
1 year each?
1 year each.
All right. All right. I have 3 dead marked on
Yes.
my population. Who isn't here being turned into a zombie right now? Let's add 2 zombos to my. Should I keep them separate? Maybe little Jim. Is little Jimmy his own zombie, or is he just going?
That's right. The knight chased after you, hacked into the crowd, and then made another attack against somebody. So there is another dead person. Unrelated to.
Yeah, we'll have to go
Jimmy's.
see into that. Should I keep little Jimmy and Janet separate from my regular zombo population? You decide, chat. Tell me what to do. All right. And there's one other corpse, I think, that I've missed out on. I don't know
Yes. There's one other corpse in town. Another woman was brought low by the Mad Knight's axe.
Yeah.
Her name was Deborah.
Oh, wait, shit. If I make them zombies, they're just going to eat everyone has to be marked now. I wasn't ready for this. Let me think here. I think they might just have to stay with me. I didn't think this all the way through. I'm realizing as I've got, I've already subtracted the years from my life, but I think they're going to immediately, I can tell them to stop. Yeah. All right. All right. What have I done?
What have you done?
All right. So we're finishing the ritual down here at least, right? In Lilith's hut. Let's get get focused. Yeah. So I need to prepare my blood, right? So I do need to cut some myself and get it in the teeny tiny little the minor surgery. And these zombies animate.
They do. One at a
Is it like
time. Who do you
immediate,
animate
or-
first?
You
You have to do them in succession.
Little Jimmy died first, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then
Little Jimmy
And then-
rises and gives a grunt and a groan and starts reaching for Lilith.
no, Jimmy, down.
Just puts his arms
Stop.
down. Stops.
What is Lilith's reaction to this? I go over to Janet.
Abject horror and terror.
I kind of got a little carried away, didn't I?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, Janet. Is it safe to name your zombies? Tell me, chat. Let's catch up at what's going on over there. Bad zombie. Ryan is a zombie. At least Jimmy. Because I wanted to just leave them here as zombies, but then I forgot that they will just eat their.
Yes.
I guess he could never command them.
No. But he could leave them in his house. If he was given a proper mark, he could chain them up so they wouldn't hurt anyone.
That's exactly what I need to do. Okay. And then I raise Janet. And the same, like, no, stop, as she like goes to lunge for Lilith. Is Lilith still in the tent?
She's still in the tent. She's with you the whole way.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, these people worship the old gods, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On some level, they know what they're getting into.
Little Jimmy. Okay, there's let's just say there's two little Jimmy and Mama. I don't know. Zombie. 2 of them. Okay. Jimmy. And I call to the father's attention. Is he just outside the tent? So this is once we've done the ritual, once we've cleaned everything up.
He comes inside.
Yeah.
He sees Jimmy standing and runs over and embraces him. And then after a second or two pulls away and says, "He's so cold."
Jimmy, he's not going to be the same.
Jimmy!
But
Jimmy?
He's still with us. Oh, this is horrible. I guess I'm looking to Jimmy. Is he accepting this? Is he like embracing his
Little Jimmy is embracing his current state.
I mean, Big Jimmy.
Jimmy, oh.
Yeah, the father. Is he still, or is he looking to me for explanation?
He's definitely looking to you for some sort of reassurance or explanation that it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. It's going to be okay. Do I sound convincing?
Give me a charisma check.
Yeah, let's see. What do I even tell him? How do I even explain what do I tell myself? All right, let's just do it's going to be okay. They've been to the other side, but we brought them back. They're here now, but the things they've seen, their spirits will never be the same. I put a hand on him.
He nods and then bows very deeply and respectfully and says, "Thank you, my lord. Praise the gods of winter."
We'll have a distaste for life from now on. I'm not sure if it's safe to have them out and about. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where do you live, Jimmy? What does he do? Who is he?
Jimmy, he's he's a, what do you call it? What's the male version of a seamstress? A tailor. He's a tailor.
A tailor. Okay.
Yes. Kind of a catch-all, you know. He'll weave whatever fibers into yarn or thread, and then work with the loom. So he does the whole vertical integrated process, minus the actual harvesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. If you wish to Be with them. You don't want them to harm you. You need to give them a sign.
What sign?
Tell them it's you. It's going to hurt.
He nods acceptingly.
Confusedly.
Yeah.
Let's go to the estate.
All right. You head back with
Yeah,
Big Jimmy. Do you bring Little Jimmy and
I'm like little
Janet?
Little Jimmy, Janet, up.
They
Don't attack anyone.
They stand up.
Hey, all right. Jimmy's this way.
4 of you.
Janet, and I think I've got to be like with near them, whispering in their ears as we steer them. Probably around. Her hut was already in the outside, so we go through the woods to the estate and avoid town.
You do, but
there's one more.
As you exit the hut, there is a small section of people who came by to give their regards to Big Jimmy, and they will witness the 4 of you leaving the hut.
Yeah, I think that's fine. They see us, we see them seeing us probably, but we slink off into the woods and take the roundabout route to the estate. Sure. There's always witnesses.
There's always witnesses, yes.
All right, and we're gonna head up to the estate to give Big Jimmy a mark of servitude. I need to add a column on here for whether or not they've been marked. Oops. What just happened? Why? Rosegrove, Tomas, Big Jimmy. Is he a tailor or is he like a leather worker?
Tailor. Yeah.
So he
there aren't a lot of linen or cotton resources available, so oftentimes it's importing either raw materials or already woven thread or yarn. But he does work to make clothes for people in town.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we go to the estate.
Okay.
Does Lilith come, or do we leave her?
Lilith comes. She helps to console poor Big Jimmy, poor Big Jimmy widow. No one there to help him through this trying time. So few people understand the situation he's going through. She was there for it all. She knows what's happening.
All right. And we go to the estate, and we definitely have to get her, something that covers up the stitches. A new dress, right? Oh, he's a tailor. He'll figure it'll be great. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. Okay. But we do need the brand from. I think it's near my fireplace, I guess. That seems like a careless place to leave such a powerful arcane implement, but you know. And we
You put the brand in the fire.
Tomas, light the fire.
He does.
He's probably still traumatized from. It's only been a couple days since he had his own, right?
Yeah.
His was on. They're on the wrist.
inside of the wrist, I
Inside of
think.
the arm, yeah.
Yep. So Tomas cringes slightly, sets the fire to work, puts the
Flashbacks.
brand right next to it, and mutters something about, I'll make you all a late night snack.
No, Tomas, no one wants to eat. All right, I don't say that. He gets his late night snack. All right, maybe people do want to eat. Who knows? All right, we heat the brand.
It'll take a while for the fire to really get going, and then for the brand to glow appropriately.
I reassure Big Jimmy, you have to show them that it's you. You have to you'll have to show them the strength of your conviction. Really, let that spirit energy out or something. I don't know. All right, and the zombies are here frothing in my study while we do this.
Eventually, the brand is hot. Big Jimmy sort of looks at it. Tomas brings in some tea for everyone, and as he reaches out to set it down, Big Jimmy can see the burn marks, the branding on Tomas's arm, and he kind of puts two and two together.
Yeah, give me your hand, and I hold out a left hand or whatever.
Yeah, he reaches out for you and says, "For this will mean my wife and child recognize me, right?"
I nod solemnly. You must accept the mark willingly, I say.
I do.
You must sincerely pledge your loyalty to your ancient lords.
I swear by the old gods, the winter gods.
I take the iron from the fire and plunge it into Jimmy's forearm.
It sears and burns and smells like barbecue.
Oh, I lose a year, don't I?
You do.
Okay. And he is marked. He can't tell his wife and son what to do, really, though. Can he?
No.
He can shove them around, though, and like they won't fall over, right? So can you give him a shove and step them slowly, push by push?
He can move them if he wants to put in the time and effort.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Drag them around. He's bigger than both of them.
Yes.
Does Lilith want a mark? Or does she just watch through this?
For the moment, she's just watching.
Okay.
And after the mark and the burning and the magic clears the air, Big Jimmy gets up and goes over to his wife and child and hugs them. They stand motionlessly, not returning the embrace. And then he takes them each by the hand.
I will go ahead, hug them. I will say, and I think my words compel the zombies to hug back, right?
Yeah, they put their arms sort of around him, not in a tight embrace, but in a vague, ghost of a hug.
Now, let's, as I said, the rest of the folk might frighten Jimmy and Janet. You'll have to look after them.
Of course, my lord. I will see to that they are cared for. And he takes them by the hands. No, goes behind them and at the small of the back kind of pushes them forward. As they get to the doorway, Tomas comes in with a couple of bowls of chowder. Will you be staying for dinner, good sir? Big Jimmy shakes his head, heads out, and Tomas brings in 4 bowls of chowder for you and Lilith, who's been kind of standing by. And then Tomas leaves.
Thank you, Tomas. Would you like some chowder?
She nods. Keep it together. And starts sipping on it, eating it slowly. She hasn't left yet.
Yeah.
She sort of volunteered to come along with this silently.
Yeah. think I will, well... Yeah. I'll be a little more frank with her. They're going to decay eventually. We'll have to... do you have any perfumes or anything to mask?
She nods. Rosemary.
Mm-hmm.
We could stuff them with rosemary.
Oh, I love rosemary. I think they definitely used to grow rosemary on this estate for that very purpose. Do they have it? Do we currently have any rosemary bushes, or will
You know what? There is a very large rosemary hedge that runs the entire back length of your estate.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Lord Rosegrove's been tending to that freaking hedge for years, and I never knew why.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would you, she says hesitantly, like me to gather the rosemary? I can create bundles that would make it easier for stuffing.
You have my leave to harvest rosemary from the garden. What time is it? Is it like the middle of the night?
Oh, it's so late. But she gets up anyway, gives you a polite and formal bow.
The best time to reap rosemary is under the moonlight, right?
Yes.
All right. Lilith bows. I bow back, I guess.
She heads off to gather the rosemary. And a few minutes later, while she's out, Lord Rosegrove comes back in.
Yeah, I need to head back to town, I think, but I'll talk to Rosegrove before I go.
My lord, are we having a guest over this evening? Shall I prepare an extra bedroom?
I look up. Is it what's the moon like? Is there light?
I think it's a cloudy night. It's not much light coming through at all.
If what would we call her? She's not a lady. I mean, I don't know. But would you say Lilith? That seems like a cursed name, or is it just an old Caledonian name and it sounds fine?
It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with any of these names.
There's nothing auspicious about okay.
Mm-hmm.
If yeah, I guess I'm rather formal about it, right? I've given Lilith leave to harvest rosemary. I hope I haven't stepped on your toes, Lord Rosegrove. I know the garden is your domain.
My lord, I've been waiting many years for people to begin harvesting the rosemary. I've tended to it carefully, just this very night.
Yeah. If the lady is working late, you may prepare a bed for her. I'm sure Tomas already has tea on the boil. I should. There's one more thing I should see to in town, and I'm gonna head in and see if I can figure out who the other, who else died.
Yes.
And what happened to that body?
Unfortunately, there was another victim that night.
Yeah, so I head back into what do we call it? Into the square? Into the
market area, the town square.
Back to the fireside. Stockades are there, right? I probably in the crowd. Has the crowd gathered, or have things quieted down?
No, it's been a few hours now. Everyone's gone to bed. You can hear the not so silent weeping of the night in the stockade.
Okay, I go to find the sheriff. Is anyone else up in the town square, or have they had their fill of?
Everyone's gone home. Freddie is in his office. He's still awake. I guess his office is his house, so he's in his house still awake. Yeah, he's got a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, so I think I have to walk past the stockade. The stockades is right in front of his his house.
Yeah, and you can see the
house.
lantern light on in Freddy's house.
Yeah, I walk on in. I say,
He gets up. Oh, pardon me, Lord Rosegrove. Lord Winter. I didn't know you would be back. I'm sorry for my state.
You're perfectly fine, Freddy. It's been a long night. I look out the window or the doorway, I don't know, to see to the night hanging from the stockade. Was there I've been with the Jimmies.
Yes, of course.
I missed the rest of the commotion. Was there anyone else who was injured in the?
He nods his head once. Yes, there was, my lord.
Who was it?
Another woman.
Wow.
Yes.
Is she?
Yes.
Where was she taken?
Out back. She's resting in the temple. Her family will be preparing her grave in the morning. Unless something you need.
Now, don't jump to conclusions, Freddy. No. Rest up, Freddy. It's been a long night. I pick up the crossbow that's probably leaning in his office somewhere. He is off. He's on crossbow probation for a little while. Put it that way. I'm going to take that back. And I don't think I need him for anything. I'm going to go to the chapel and confirm that the corpse was set back here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. What do you mean? So you want?
So I walk over to the chapel, right? He said that out behind the. Yeah.
Yeah. The corpse is in there.
Rest.
It's sitting just openly in the chapel. The wounds have been staunched. I guess not staunched is not the right word. They've prepared the body so it's not leaving bloody marks everywhere, but it's just resting.
It's on a sheet or a blanket or something.
Yeah.
Jimmy probably made it. Is anyone? Is there like a vigil? Are family members gathered in the chapel overnight?
No, they've all gone to bed. It's been a trying
alone?
night. It's an alone body. No one here to see to it.
I think that it should probably just come with me, right? I think Malcifer just picks this corpse up and walks out the back door of the chapel.
What's your strength, Malcifer?
14.
Okay, that's good. You could do that. It's a long walk back home, though.
Let's see, my max press is 170. Yeah, so I think it would be like a fireman lift, movement rate 1 for.
It's like a quarter. Did we say a quarter mile or a half mile to town?
Yeah, so that's like a half hour of.
Yeah.
No.
You could do it, or you could get help. It's one of the reasons we have zombies to carry things for you.
But who carries the zombie? Other zombies? Zombies all the way down. Yeah, I think the body just disappears and the family wakes up the next morning to
to it missing.
Do I know who this woman is? Like, did she have a family in town?
Give me a charisma check. See if you recognize
Yeah.
this one. You can't know all 250 people in town.
I mean, you can know several hundred people, but
Yeah.
I think a charisma check is certainly warranted. 25.
Yeah, you definitely know this woman. Her name was Ruby.
Oh, the knight's horse.
Yes.
Chat and his armor.
His weapon. Stuff.
Oh yeah, I need that. Where did that end up? Okay.
Ruby was another forest gatherer and part-time hunter. She would set snares, not so much throw spears or shoot bows.
Ruby the Trapper. I need more trappers. Why'd she gotta go and die? Did she have a husband, children?
Yes. No children. She was married. She and her husband were living with her parents still, in sort of a large communal, small building, but they're all living together under the same roof. Now it's just her widower and her parents alone tonight.
Okay. I think I need to see to the night stuff first. So I leave the corpse be and head back to the sheriff's house and maybe wake him up just after, like he's probably just getting ready to sit down. I'm like,
the sheriff's not drinking tonight. No one may be blaming him for the death of little Jimmy.
Wait, didn't you say he was You said he was drinking.
Yeah, he's drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sleeping tonight, you mean?
Did I say drink? Yeah, he's not sleeping tonight. He's drinking tonight.
Okay.
Because while no one else will blame him for the death of little Jimmy, he certainly blames himself.
Yeah, anyways. Alcoholic sheriff, just what this town needed. Freddie, I forgot to ask this guy
Yes, my
the
lord.
knight's things. Where did they get put? Or the knight's possessions?
I put them next to his horse. Figured you would want to see to them. There, it's by the bar. Let me help you. And he gets to his feet and walks with you over to the horse near the stable or near the tavern.
It's okay, Freddie. I can handle it.
All right. He leaves you to your work.
And I walk over to the tavern and find the horse hitched up outside.
Yep. Still with its saddle and all of its stuff on it. The knight clearly was not taken care of. No, he came in, sat down at the bar, started making a mess of things.
Where is the knight's armor?
It's stripped and lying on the ground next to the horse, folded nicely.
His shield, his sword.
That's what his armor is sitting on, the shield.
Oh, I pick up all the possessions, hop aboard the horse. Is there room on this horse for a zombie?
You could lay a body across the rump or across across the front.
Is it like, would I be seen bringing the horse to the chapel and making away with a...
It's late. Everyone's gone to bed. Maybe someone will poke a head out a window, maybe not. There's no way to know. It's definitely past the witching hour.
Okay. Then I lead instead of mounting the horse, I'm going to pick up the knight's stuff from the ground, from next to it, and lead the horse over to the chapel.
Okay.
And lay the body across the horse. Take the stuff, pick up the stuff again, and walk the horse back to
the estate.
Back to the estate. Yeah, I don't think I think it'd be too much weight to have me mounted with another body.
You could do it.
It wouldn't be nice to the horse. I don't know.
You can be nice to the horse. It's only a half mile, it'll be fine.
Then I'll mount up and take the body, the knight's horse, and all the knight's possessions back to the estate.
Wonderful.
And in the morning, when Rose's family comes to find her, she will have inexplicably disappeared, left in the chapel, and gone on to a better place. Right?
Yes.
To be with her spirits with the old gods. Don't worry.
The goats and chickens will have some company in the stables, as you've acquired yourself a war horse, a light war horse.
Wowza.
Actually, it's probably a medium war horse. I think a light war horse is more for scouting and stuff.
livestock.
Yes. Lord Rosegrove will make sure. No, Tomas will make sure that the horse is attended. Although, if at this rate, he will need a new assistant to help manage the animals and take care of his cooking duties.
Yeah, I need like a.
You need another servant in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe a recently single tailor could work as a stable boy, or might that be too low of a job for him?
It's a tail. I feel like a tailor is not a particularly useful job.
Yeah.
Especially in a town like this, when
Well,
leather
there
is
needs
so
to
fashionable.
be at least one tailor, right? I'm sure you'll find another servant to work for you at some point. Many people in this town would do whatever you asked of them.
Yeah.
So
Rose, or not Rose? Is it Rosie?
Ruby.
Ruby. Rose is the severed head. Okay, Ruby,
Yeah.
who doesn't matter anymore. She's gonna get raised, I think, as a zombie. That's the easiest, right? It takes a year, but see, I give my life for these people.
How many years of your life have you spent thus far?
No, I'm at 87 out of I think 103. I start. I'm just gonna add another zombie. I don't know when I get around to that, to preparing the body, but at some point I will.
You spend so many nights working so late. Your sleep schedule is so off. It can be difficult to tell how much time has actually passed when you're going about things in the way you are. It's easy to lose track of time.
Yeah. Can I get the knight's equipment?
Yes, he had bronze chain mail, a shield, medium shield. He had an axe. He's also going to have some traveling supplies like food and water and wine, a blanket and tent. I don't know if you care about those details.
I don't think so. Those would just get. Actually, they're probably left in a pile somewhere in the estate. But I'm going to take his armor. His shield has his sigil, right?
It does.
All right. I'm going to need Lord Rosegrove to tell me. I'll have a conversation with him about that. But so his axe was it was a battle axe?
Battle axe.
All right. That'll stay with the shield. I think so. I think it's just the armor that I want to take.
Mm-hmm.
It would sounds like it would fit me, right? It might be a little loose because he's heavier set than I am, but we're about the same height.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can just wear his chain.
Mm-hmm.
Bronze chain mail weighs 40 pounds, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And gives me an AC of 5.
Oh, that's old school.
What?
AC 5. Classic 2nd edition.
Oh, AC bonus of 5 in this case.
Okay.
Chain mail is symmetrical that way.
It's nice.
Right in the middle. And let's see, total weight 85. Oh, I need to take off my leather armor. My schwanky leather trench coat. I still like to wear it, but 69. I am at light encumbrance. I don't think that's only if I'm fully geared up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I can mostly wear this chainmail.
Okay.
And the horse, sweet.
Excellent.
Night war horse. In the stables. Okay. And I think at some point Mousefur does need to rest.
Yes. Rest. I think we're probably going to end our session here. It's a little early and we started late, but today is my 4-year wedding anniversary with my wife. So we're going to go hang out and do cutesy romantic stuff. But I will be back for Rise of the Dragon Queen this evening. And I think we will be back next week for more Dicing with Death.
I think that should work. I said that like a question, but I'm not actually checking anything. So we can just
perfect.
we can just plan on plan on Dicing with Death next week. And
Excellent.
good. And I think there's a Fro on Sunday.
There should be a Fro on Sunday.
And probably an Akuba Nights this week.
There is an Akuba Nights this week, and a Rise of the Dragon Queen, and the Shenanigans. And next Tuesday, the 11th, we are doing character creation for yet another campaign I will be involved in, bringing the campaign count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's 6. Pretty average for you.
A lot, man. 1, 2, 3, 5. No, I'm sorry, 7. 7 campaigns. Yeah. It's gonna be a sci-fi campaign that we are making characters for. Dead Sun, Dark Sun, Dead Stars, something like that.
Is this is that a game, or is that
it is a rule system? Okay. It's going to be like sci-fi, flying around in space and stars and shooting things. Our players will be Anna Prosser, Livin' Pink, and Jenna Bain. Yeah, so that's that. And come back next week for more necromancy. Dark dealing necromancers.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.